Hey guys, this is the I won't say long awaited season review, but that sounds big headed. But but this is the season review, and I apologise for how late it's taken me to record this. It's mainly because I've been having problems. If you've seen my video beforehand, having problems trying to get stuff down and being able to concentrate. Before I start, chopped all the hair off, started fresh. So yeah. Sure. Got sick of looking like Zlatan. So anyway, season review, let's get down to it. This season was an eye-opener for Wednesday fans because I think when we got promoted there was a lot of people thinking, oh, we're going to walk this league, and what I've noticed at the minute, Bournemouth fans are doing the same. And we hadn't been in the Championship for 2 years, and when you look at it, it wasn't as competitive as it's been this year. It was starting to go that way, but it wasn't as competitive this year, like I said. It's been a up and down kind of season. When you go to the first game of the season when we played Derby away, we took that fantastic support with us and managed to get a 2-2 draw. I think it was O'Grady and Reader on the score sheet that day. And we managed to get the 2-2 draw, but when you saw that game, we had some really good team spirit, and you thought, right, this is going to start the season. We've got some good signings in. We've made some bad signings. Pednick just not worked out for him. Rodri didn't like to see the English game. So I think there's been a lot of different ups and downs this season, and I've got pretty much all through the months and stuff, and I'll just go through it now. In September we went on a really bad run. We didn't win a game, and I think that cost us. We're normally well known for losing games around Christmas and not winning a game until about February time. For us to do it that early in the season was a shock, to be fair, because I think everyone thought we had a good team on paper. They just weren't gelling. And when you bring in the likes of Jay Bothwell, you think he's going to get the goal for you and get the goals and help out. And granted, he played more of a winger, but he had that arrogant attitude which a lot of football fans hate, especially from players that come down from the Premiership to a Championship club. This whole thing, I'm Premiership, why the hell should I be here? And when he did put good shifts in, he got good review by the fans. He just seemed a bit lazy and not wanted to be there. But we went on a really bad run after September because we didn't really do well in the winter months at all, well, up until Christmas. We did manage to get a win against Barnsley, which would be a derby, which was brilliant. It was great to get one over on them and then do the double on them. We drew 3 games in these months, and as well, we went into the start of the new year and we lost to I think it was Burnley. And the time where our season seems like it started to pick up momentum is when we played Hull City. We played really well against Hull City. We played a different game, a different format. I saw a lot of people saying, what is this format, what's he doing? And at the time people were saying Jones should leave, he's not doing good enough, he's not a good enough manager. And for me, a lot of these things that got said about him, you got to give managers a chance these days. I know this is a crazy example, but look at Ferguson. When he went to Manchester United, they nearly got relegated. Granted, at the time they didn't have the big money that they spent and stuff like that, but they nearly got relegated. But they gave them time to build. If you give managers time to build, they can make good teams. And Jones is like that. Always liked Jones as the manager, because the problem is when people are saying, "Oh, let's get a new manager in," I couldn't see anybody else coming to Wednesday and see a good manager to come. So it was one of those things that it was interesting seeing people say, let's get rid of him and stuff. But it did seem to give us a boost against Hull City. As we went into February, we did not lose a game, which was massive boost. It's like you think, get in. We could actually get out of this position and push further up the league. A lot of my reviews this year, I said, come on, if we get this, we'll push on. But there's been so much inconsistency this season in this league. It's been so tight, this league. It's been unbelievable. I've never known a season like it in football, really, that it being that close. March, we only won 2 games, which, when you look at the time of year, it's not a good time to only win 2 games. And you look at our results all season, they were all up and down. And in April, we won 2 games, lost 2, and we drawed too many games. Granted, it did help us out in the end. And winning our last game of the season guaranteed us safety. And we were in 18th place for the season. Now, I do believe that we could have got a better place, but what we lacked this year were goals. And when our creative sparks got injured, aka Antonio, and to a latter end of the season also JJ, we struggled to make any creativity. I thought Maguire played really well back in the season. It's like, I wonder what it would have been like if we could have got him in more games this season, and seeing how he would have done. And I thought our loans such as Pugh, Bartley, Lita, Howard, Halan, they were good loans. I'd like to see Howard there, maybe on a year contract, just to see what he can do next season for, because it'll be nice to see if he can carry the momentum he had in the last game of the season into the rest of the season, and see if he could play, how he could play a whole season for, not a good couple of games. It'll be interesting to see what happens with O'Grady as well. I thought loaning O'Grady to Barnsley was a big mistake. We should never have done that. He potentially could have got relegated. And for the fans that saying, oh, what's he doing? Why is he scoring goals? He's at a club. If any player leaves the club on loan to go to another club, if they start scoring goals there, then fair enough. You can't say fairer than that. He was just doing his job at that club. Granted, it just didn't work out for Wednesday. That was a rival. It'll be interesting to see who were the ins and outs at Wednesday this summer. Hopefully Milan will spend a little bit of money. The fact that we're not going to be going after like a Mikel Antonio kind of signing like $1 million might help us. But you don't know. It's going to be an interesting season next year, because I watched the Watford Leicester game, and I also watched the Leicester Watford game today, and seeing how Watford played and Leicester played, yeah, it was interesting to see that game. And there's some good teams in this league who can play really good football, and we just need to get the right players in. And if we can get a striker, especially that can score goals, and be consistent, that'd be brilliant. Because Medine didn't get given a fair crack of the whip. He got injured, but he didn't get given a fair crack of the whip. O'Grady, for some reason, I don't know if him and Jones don't get on or what, but it just doesn't seem like there was anything clicking there with him and the manager. But when he was in, he did play well. Maguire, for me, when he played superb. I couldn't see why he couldn't get in the squad, but I think he's been injured a lot this season, so we'll see what happens next season on that one. The midfield, we got Corey, Palmer and McCabe, who could play in that central midfield role. You've got JJ and Antonio that you could get on the wings. I personally wouldn't mind seeing us bring in another winger, maybe a Ben Marshall kind of type of player, or someone completely different, another winger and another attacking player. We've got some of the youngsters we signed from the academy who could come in and do a job. We all know what Jones is like for using youngsters. He did that at Cardiff for a lot of the time. He got a good policy in trusting in youth. So it'll be interesting to see what happens with the comings and goings. This season, like I said, it was an eye-opener to us. We managed to stay in the league, which is fantastic. It means we can push on to next year, knowing that we're a championship club, knowing that we'll be able to sign big-ish players from like Premiership clubs or wherever, just knowing our name and also knowing that we're in the championship. I do think it's very hard to sign players when you're in League One. And hopefully we can push on. Hopefully Milan will give us a bit more money this time. It sounds like there's a structure in place. There, I will do a video of players that get released and players that are coming in. It won't be the end of the videos. I'll be doing videos all through the break as well about Wednesday and about other stuff. Thank you for all your support this season on my videos and on the channel. I really appreciate it, and I'd also like to say a big thank you to the guys on Our Talk for your contributions on the site and on the YouTube channel. It's very much appreciated, and I'll keep doing the videos because I like doing it and I bleed blue and white. I love this club, I really do. So I can't wait for next season. I'm already wanting to see the fixture list and see when we play who, especially with the likes of Doncaster Rovers now up and Barnsley, Leeds. So we've got some really good derbies there. So yeah, let's see who we sign in the summer, let's see who goes, and let's see if we can push on from better position than we were last season. Thank you for watching, and come on you Owls!